Hi guys, it's good to see those of you who decided to tune in for this stream. As you know, and you could probably tell by the title, this design is hot garbage. Hot garbage. So we're getting right into it and remaking it because it needs a rework, like now. If it does. Oh, I hope that's working. It would suck if it didn't. Sorry I went silent. I had to make sure that stream was actually going properly. If it wasn't, then I think I'd have massive problems there. But, if you didn't hear what I said before, we're remaking this, because this fucking design sucks. This design sucks. I probably shouldn't curse, but I'm not monetized anyway, so it doesn't matter. Basically, this design was built off of, like, Shatterverse versions of the Shatterverse versions of the Chromatic Time trio, but it's low-key kind of buns, so we're gonna be remaking it. Well, not remaking it, but we're gonna be making a new design for Kyuuseishu. Should I make this next Kyuuseishu more in line with base Kyuuseishu, or should I just go buck wild with it? I'm tempted to go with option A, because I feel like that the problem with the new Kyuuseishu is that he's a bit too different. He definitely looks cool. I love his design. But, however, it's a bit too different. Like, you can barely tell that it is supposed to represent Kyuuseishu. It looks like an OC Sans mixed with, like, 4 arms from Ben 10 or some shit. So, I feel like I'm, that's not a good answer. Whatever works for you is fine. I can work with either. I'll probably go with, more in tune with base Kyuuseishu. Maybe with a bit of touch-ups. Definitely not what we had before, because what we had before was, let me find it. Ah, here it is. What we had before was just Kyuuseishu, but with new clothes. Which, in my personal opinion, is buns. However, like, we need to find... The mission of today is to find the balance between different but not too different. Because we don't want... Because Kyuuseishu is supposed to be the combination of the 4 stanzas, but we don't want him to be just, like, OC. Because that'd be kind of... Because it wouldn't make sense. Oh. What's that? Oh. Brotherly Love. Lol. That's a good song, though. It is. And also just updating the sprite in general. Considering I have a new base sprite and that needs to... So it needs a better... let me find it. MTT Doomsday. Hello. Hi, buddy. Alright. We don't have much room. It's getting a little cluttered, I will be fair. It's funny how you will find the random and enigmatic encounter with 2k views, and it'll be the best version of an enigmatic encounter you've ever heard. Yeah, it also doesn't help that enigmatic encounter remixes are so overly done to the point where it just gets fun and just so annoying. It's so close to the original K, but nothing that is being its own OC type thing. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly the point that I'm trying to make. It's supposed to be Kyuuseishu, but not to the point where it's just I just put Kyuuseishu there. It definitely can be done better. I might actually have his hood up. Nice car. I will probably have it where it's like... Do I want to give him his 4 arms? Actually? Part of me wants to have it where, like, maybe his arms don't... The thing is that, if I feel like that I don't like asymmetry is the thing. Is that would be, quite annoying. Also, most of them are just sands. I don't think that the senses would really work. There's always room to improving upon older work. Yeah, I've heard that before, don't worry. Okay, let's see. Part of me, I'm maybe not making him taller. I might make him the same height as normal Sens, maybe slightly taller. Well, in all fairness, I can't make him this tall because that's old sprite height. Okay, so first of all, what I'm gonna do is maybe I could do like the new versions, like use SK's as a version of SK. Reboot. Karmatic Time Trio, here it is. Don't worry, I'm just looking. I need to find... the full OST. Here it is. Oh, no, that's not it. Can I just get the fucking image, please? Thank you. Open image in new tab. Here it is. Okay. Okay. He doesn't have his hood up in phase 3. Okay, I'll just grab the spray and put it and just put it in. You know what? You know what? New. Here it is. Did it translate? Oh my god, it translated perfectly. Okay. So, this is the version of... this is what we're gonna be building off of as the base. It's SK's pre-boot. Only, somewhat, because I do not want to make this shit, bro. I am not... I may be a decent artist, but I know my fucking limits. I know my fucking limits when it comes to sprite making. And that is not it, bro. That is not it. Besides, I don't really want to make that. Yeah. We're kind of building off of this, but hard mode is still gonna be here instead of COTV. Also, I just got here. What the hell is that thing? That's Annabelle. Can't you tell? It's Annabelle. Can't you tell? It's Annabelle. Fucking Annabelle went fucking Hulk mode. That's the thing is that I'm honestly fine with whatever the hell they're doing up to Annabelle, because I'm confused about it. Kato's Annabelle, I'll take it. Yeah, it's crazy. Jeez. I know. Car. Okay. I'm definitely going to take a lot of creative liberties, but I'm not gonna take this many creative liberties. What the hell? I heard Annabelle as edible. Yeah, this Annabelle ain't shit. 2 seconds later. Yeah, I'd rather not fucking touch whatever the hell Annabelle is. Does Karma have the banhammer in Phase 3? It does seem like that he's kind of based off of the No AU. It looks exactly like the banhammer No AU. Except, he's injured or some shit. SK is a very good artist, but just some things I don't agree with. But that's just my personal opinion. I do quite like Betrayer. Betrayer looks cool. I don't understand him at all. He just kind of seems like a different... He just seems like different for different sake, rather than an actual reason why he'd be different, but whatever. Again, personal preference. Could he just ban MTT? I don't think it's actually a banhammer. I doubt that's actually a banhammer, because that definitely feels like very out of character. I've seen SK's work, yeah. His obsession with Mirrored Insanity is a bit interesting to me, but otherwise, of course, nothing against him having a major love for Mirrored Insanity. I can kind of explain from experience as someone who really loves True Dust and who really likes True Dust and did everything. I understand it. And he's really good. He's talented. I will say that. I have no real opinion on him because I haven't really met him. That's something that's like my advice when it comes to as to being a YouTuber. Just fucking hold your breath when it comes to people. Both for good. We got Universal Dust Bro and Dust Fell because of Bro. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely buffed the shit out of Dustfell. Now he looks like the powerhouse of HTT. Jesus Christ. They did not have to buff him that hard, though. Everyone has something that works for them? Yeah. Mine is being a bit of an idiot. Of course, I'm not gonna judge people on their works. They are very high quality. I have no opinion about the creator themselves, though. I have no reason to. I'm weird for Mirrored Void. I don't know if he's gonna make a Mirrored Void. That's the thing, is that I don't know if he's gonna actually make a Mirrored Void. Or not. He might not make a Mirrored Void. Just imagine someone does an HGT take using the DJs. Yeah, I made a... Funnily enough, I made a Devastating Judgment Heroes Time Trio thing back when I was a Scratch creator. That was also my first time seeing someone like claim ownership or something. As well. Also, I have an idea for a trio. Gino, Last Breath, and Dust. That makes sense. It's the second breath. Yeah, it's the second chant. Don't compare. Don't compare. I'm gonna be honest with you. You probably shouldn't compare because that could dishearten creators. The thing is that the trio in member wise might be the same, but might be very similar, but it could go in an entirely different direction. Part of me kind of wants to take some inspiration from Reboot Cab, not directly use Reboot Cab, but just make it cheeky. Just take Reboot. Take a couple aspects from Reboot. As much I could ramble about the feelings I have for the group behind it, but I don't give it. I'm not gonna do some stupid shit like that. Not my type of beat. But he does have some fucking style, though. I will be fair. Yeah, that's because it could be kind of like this, actually. I kind of I think that taking some aspects from Reboot Cab but not using actual Reboot Cab kind of makes sense purely because of the history of Cab. Because Cab originally took a lot... Oh, yes I have! Yes I have. And in my personal opinion, I think that they did very well. They did really well. And I said as much when I got pinged by it. Because they mentioned me. Couldn't say one. Well, in all fairness, freaking True Animal decided to one tap everyone. I need to remove all these stray pixels, because they're actually starting to get on my nerves. They might be slightly getting on my nerves, chat. These just like random pixels. New video comes out and then it's used everywhere. Yeah. I don't even know. I've never seen True Last Stand. Honestly. The term true has existed for a long time. It's just that no one fucking used it. Actually, low-key, I kinda fuck with this star design. I hate stray pixels. Yeah, whenever someone makes something, it's just, yeah. It's not even stray pixels, it's just like mixing from nowhere. I don't even know where it could be from. Would your outer be fan and outer? I guess. Uh-oh. It paused because... Oh, no. Of course the internet would explode. Hopefully stream doesn't buffer. Yeah. I'm glad that it didn't buffer or crash stream though. Collect my true AUs. I'm glad that people are making true AUs. Honestly. It makes me happy that I actually had well, not a crazy impact. I didn't make like a crazy cool new AU that everyone likes. I'm just glad that I made an impact. Even if it's such a small community. It means so much to see my content actually have an effect on people and fuel their drive to create. But you've heard you've probably heard that sob story. Not really sob story, but you've probably heard that backstory multiple times. That explanation. But yeah. Makes me feel good. Each new wave that comes brings forth a wave of inspiration. Hell yeah. I hope that people actually look at my AU and see areas to improve and actually make takes of it. Rather than just kind of dissing it and then just moving on. Because they aren't really they're not really doing anything. Feel free to talk your shit, but like, if you're just talking shit and not really doing much about it, then there's no point. There's no real point if you're not really doing much with it. You're just kind of putting people down. Personally, I like the Trudeau and Trudeau's the way he is. That's good. I'm glad that you do. I'm just saying that if people if people don't like it, then that's fine. That's fine. Just go on ahead and make takes. That's what takes are for. It's basically just your opinion on an AU that you might or might not like. What's the mask that he's wearing? It's covering up, like, the animal part of his face. Since it's most likely gonna be the most unstable part of him. Purely due to just how... Mainly due to, you know, Anivol being a no AU while the rest of them are, you know, actual AUs. Me getting inflamed in the trio archive for trying to make OG does CTO. The archive with proof I made it first. Not being added, not a great day to be me. Yeah. Yeah, that's another reason why I don't like the AU archive. Or just archiving in general, canon archiving. It's good to archive AUs, but just because you got ownership of an AU doesn't mean that you should be entitled and a piece of shit. I'm just furthering the agenda. Of course, that being said, don't go try and harass them, please. As much as I don't like them, no one deserves harassment. Especially for something so small as ETO, as freaking AUs. No one deserves harassment. I should know since I got harassed. I've had to deal with harassment before, so I wouldn't really want to wish that on people, even people I don't like. Just like chill, just chill about it. It sucks. Don't worry, I already sent my shit back. Not worried about it now. Good. I'm glad that you're able to move on from stuff like that. Hey, fucking men. Lol. Should I give him a robe? That's kind of the common thing that I kind of realize is that all the ETO not all the ETO members, all the members except for hard mode. Actually, yeah, hard mode got no drip. Damn, I just realized that. Yeah, it's funny. Robe sounds cool. Everyone's got a fucking robe. Everyone's got a trench coat. Now that I think about it, I mean trench coat. Behold the power of not giving a shit. True. Low-key true. Hopefully this stream doesn't get knocked down because I am, and I quote, cyberbullying. Give him a cloak, let's go. Robeverse. Robeverse ahead? I sure hope it does. I hope that's at least some of you know what the meme is. I try to be open with everyone no matter what. And not everyone's gonna agree with me. Yeah, I know it. Of course. That's just kinda how shit goes. However, just because someone doesn't agree with you doesn't mean... However, just because someone doesn't agree with you doesn't mean that you should go be a piece of shit. Of course, this isn't the... Of course, I know very well that not everyone is like that. I have a couple friends that are already there. They're just like kind of stuck there. Their character looks nervous. Oopsies, that's my bad. It's probably because I selected enter or something and then it exploded. And then I mispressed or something. It's most likely I failed the vibe check and pressed the wrong thing. Fearful car. That's on me. Whoopsies. Oopsie doopsies. That's on me. This just looks like a freaking... I just kind of realized that this is looking way too much like a reboot. Karma. Whoopsies. Yeah, Flower Man. Flower Man, with his heart in the center of his end, we watch the whole wide world from a can. High in the sky with the sun in his eyes. To walk the whole wide world from the can, way up high in the sky with his heart. Way up high, where I could never show flowers. Are we gonna get another Deltarune song? Oh my god. 3 Deltarune songs. Actually, it would have been 4 if Gherkin didn't come in. I made a joke about a comic about Troubadour questioning the Shatterverse has so many ropes. Ah, that'd be funny. Honestly, that'd be actually kind of hilarious. Not glad when your name, your channel after your OC, you try talking about your OC. It's annoying to show that you're talking about your OC. Lol. I just say me because everyone knows me as Dusk. So when I'm talking about Dusk, I'm talking about Dusk, you know. But yeah, you just got robes. Yeah, it is funny how it coincidentally happened right after. Listen first, get hot before the fight. Around me, scare this victory. Well, yeah, duh. I do in fact have a lore. I think that giving him shoulder plates is actually kind of fine, because I feel like that they would be given by hard mode. Hard mode would give him shoulder plates. Kind of like symbolizing their friendship. Because they are very good friends, the Fusion, Kyuuseishu and hard mode. Kyuuseishu, hard mode, and Decadent Society are very good friends. It's almost like that they were there quite literally at his birth. And then they immediately had to get to scrapping. It's funny how the fusion came into existence and then immediately had to... Wait, is hard mode in the fusion? Nope. Nope, he is not in the fusion. He just gave the fusion the shoulder pads as like a gift. And also a slight apology for not doing that much in the battle. Also, shoulder pads just kind of look cool. He is not in the fusion. I would be adding a lot more though, if he was. I'd be adding a lot more stuff if he was on the Fusion, though. Is this tracing a bit too far into OCE territory? Not really. I feel like that if I added the colors... Hermo does join the fusion phase. Okay. Oh, I can definitely... I see how that could be a bit confusing. Maybe make it a bit more purple. No. We are going way too far into the... At the moment, it looks like an OC. Yeah. I feel like... Yeah, it definitely looks like an OC. In all fairness, it's really hard to make it look like... It's kind of hard to make it look like Kyuuseishu without just straight up ripping Kyuuseishu. Inking mistake, my beloved. It's... I might have to go with going the OC route. Because I don't want to just rip Kyuuseishu. Because, in all fairness, Kyuuseishu's design looks like ass. I mean, all fairness, this version of Cat looks nothing like Kyuuseishu either. The only parallel being... Actually, I think that going the more OC route is actually kind of understandable. Because, you know, Kyuuseishu's design looks like shit. Kyuuseishu's design is kind of mid. Which is honestly fair. Considering he's supposed to be made up of multiple... He's supposed to be made up of multiple, normal stances, so it kind of makes sense why his design would be kind of mediocre. So I get fair enough, actually. I make my own style of Kyuuseishu. Oh, thank you. I think that might actually... I think that I'm kind of required to, because it's either I do my own thing, as Miles Morales once said, or I rip Kyuuseishu. And I'd rather make my own design than just rip Kyuuseishu. I'd genuinely rather just make it my own, because it's kind of lame to just steal a design and then calling it a day. That's the main reason why I'm remaking most of the AUs in the first place. That's the main reason why I'm remaking most of the silly little guys, is because like they kind of buns. Lol. It's funny. You know, someone's own style can inspire a new wave of inspiration. You already said that, bro. Yeah. But thank you. Some cringers. Huh. If there was a scale of justice behind him, they could use an... That's one of his abilities, Lamau. That's his ability. So he can do trials. And if he finds you guilty, then you're kind of fucked. God, to add backstory. Lol. Okay. Opinion on new Kyuuseishu compared to other two. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about new Kyuuseishu? I think that I'll probably keep him at having 2 arms and able to summon the other 2. One, so then he's easier to animate later on. And just so then I don't have to deal with 4 arms. Animating 4 arms every single goddamn time he's on screen. But also, I feel like that would also just kind of simplify his design a little. I am the server betrayer guy. Damn. Yep. He's very much dripped out. I'm glad that he looks good. I think that this is a good final. We got any points? Anything anyone wants to say about Q before we finalize him? I think he looks fine as much as he is right now. I think he's all good at the moment. And has no real reason to be changed. He does have a little bit more inspiration from Reboot Cap than I would have liked, but honestly, I don't mind it. But I don't mind it, in my personal opinion. Is there any features of Karma? There's actually a couple. Mostly referencing... I could add, like, red chains on him, which could be kinda cool. Oh. Maybe a brokenish eye to reference Anvil? That would be under the... Yeah, it makes sense. The broken eye of Anvil would be under here. I know that it would technically be mirrored, but... it would be here. Under the thing. Since Anvil is very... I'm pretty sure someone has. It'd just be later on. I haven't exactly... It's just that one hasn't exactly needed to appear yet either. Add some change. He could, he does, he can. He does. That's why he has a couple, he has chains wrapped around him. Newtmare. I think that this is a good Kyuuseishu design. It looks original enough to where it's just not ripping him. Just not ripping him from just Karmatic Time Trio, but he's OC and he isn't too OC to the point where, like, if you know what you're looking for, you can tell that this is supposed to be Kyuuseishu. He's got the Gaster Eye, he's got the Karma, he's got a lot of Karma. He has a bit of Betrayer in there. Anival is hidden for an obvious reason, but honestly, if I were to, I could easily just give him the aura and then he would look like... Now then, on to this. What? Of course, we're probably not going to be able to do much. He's an Anvil. He's a Sharingan. Pretty fucking low. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'll use this as a way to, like, show his eye. Since he's supposed to be fighting at full power, obviously. Since it's called Summit. Hey! What comedic timing. Hmm. 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 They're about the same power level. Depending on depending on the time of the story, they kind of interchange. Hmm. Okay. Honestly, there was nothing really wrong with the post. I'm gonna try something. Confusion from Facebook combined would be very interesting. True. It would be very interesting. Bro lost for a very short time, true. He didn't lose them completely. He just doesn't have them right now. I could use this actually. I'm just locked in. I don't know what scares me more, the fact that Shatterverse ETO is theoretically possible, or the amount of sprites that have to be made. It does sound like a pain, yeah. Of course, music is gonna be the biggest part. Biggest annoying part. Now, where's that Gaser Blaster sprite? I know I have one. There you are. Don't mind me, I'm gonna have to split you in half though. Alright, see ya. Not gonna lie, there needs to be an interesting thing done with the Eyes of Senseis. Yeah. That's what I try and do sometimes, is that I try and avoid just going with the same old eyes. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Yeah. Beaches hurting. Yep. Could use some of the members as backups. Oh. I see. It would be interesting. If you spam, I will just kick you, bro. Who are you even? Very random thing to raid, but I don't know what the hell that was about, but at least they're not spamming scam links or something. Though I trust that my audience isn't that stupid. What a surprise. That caught me completely off guard. What was that all about? I wouldn't really call it a raid. I would call it a suicide mission. Because it was just literally just one person. Yeah, I got no idea. Could somebody, like, check on their channel or something? There might be answers there. I don't know who the hell that could be. Nothing stronger than the bringer. I don't know if they're even a Deltarune fan or not. Like, what a strange... How odd. What an odd... How strange. They have a PFP as pink. Yeah. Oh yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. What a strange thing to do. The thing is like, bruh, what? I don't think it's a bot. Bots are much smarter than... Bots are much smarter than that. Bots are much smarter than that. They'll actually... Bots usually try and actually act like a human being. Well, yes. In moderation, yes. But it can be very annoying. There are many. Yeah, true. You're most likely brain rotting. Nothing wrong with that. They are. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Oh. Okay. It was a positive sign, it wasn't a buffer. I mean, 5 cents is on the main frame. The fan versions are better than the canon versions, to be honest. Yeah. I agree. Most of the fan inversions are, it's mainly because people actually, it's made of people who actually know how to write. I just don't like Alpha Tail in my personal opinion, or at least the canon version of it. Not my cup of tea. It's just too much fluff. I kinda know how to use Blender. I tried to make a Gaser Blaster for KNX, but the end result was so embarrassingly bad. Guitar and stuff. That's fair. Randomly saw a stream in the feed and click. I saw a Kyuuseishu. Okay, let me try to explain what's going on with Kyuuseishu. The reason why he looks so different is mainly due to this being a different version of him. And I wanted him to both be, like, more original, so then he actually has recognizability, while also kinda... So, he's basically like an in-between of like an OC version, and yeah. He's supposed to be like a much more recognizable version, I guess, if that makes sense. You could also just technically call it an OC-ified version. Honestly, I wouldn't... That's kind of how it is. Because the original version, while yes, it makes sense, it's it's Sans but with 4 arms. I'm not dissing it. It makes sense why it's that, but it doesn't really have any recognizability. So like if you wanted to be like a character, it'd be kind of hard to do anything for it to actually have recognizability. Besides, Shatterverse is its own thing, so it would be annoying for this version of its own. Then this Kyuuseishu is Kyuuseishu Dust Cake. Yeah, that's pretty much a good way of putting it. It's also just so that it doesn't like bleed into the actual Kyuuseishu, and the actual Kyuuseishu doesn't bleed into this version. Probably overcomplicated it, but you get it. This Kyuuseishu is for Shatterverse. This is not a Karmatic Time Trio. It technically is, but you get it. What would be... Oh, I have a Decadent Society. He's right here. He does not give a shit. I have a Decadent. He's right here. And the hard mode's next to him. Yeah, my Decadent's more of like a bounty hunter rather than, you know, a just kind of mafia person. How do you feel about your using takes and just making custom cards? Go for it. I'm all for it. Got nothing really. Why do hard mode takes all have crazy aura? I don't know. They're all built off of the aura from the original version, so. If you have more questions about what I'm doing, I'm free to answer. I like it when people ask questions because it lets me just kind of start rambling. And I kind of need to get better at rambling for streams. Unlike, it was way better than the classic Gasser puppet Sans' dead body. I think that's fanon. I don't think that in the canon he does that. I think that it's literally just Sans given Gaster power. Or maybe I'm just stupid. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, this actually looks kinda cool. Giving the part of the Gaster's animal's aura. Yep. Oh jeez, was that a lag? Damn. I thought that... Maybe I'm going crazy. Could've sworn that I was lagging there for a second, but maybe I'm just... Maybe it was just my mouse. I wouldn't be surprised. Delta MTT, yep. I don't think that he will. I feel like that he had a good enough of a role in Undertale. I don't think that he will be going for... he will have a big role, in my personal opinion. I just kind of realized that this is kind of greenish, a bit too green. Oh, that's why. Oh. The two blasters. And then, of course, we gotta... There we go. Spraying things is easy, making lore isn't true. That is so fucking true. Holy shit. Also, I just stretched there, goddamn. That's a good stretch. Yeah, I drank for that one. This is actually just an excuse for me to drink some A&W. That's some good A&W. I bet art. Yeah, it is based off of opinion, kind of, mostly. Yeah, that is the best way of doing it. If you don't do art, then you're not going to be able to get better. Everyone, yep, agreed. Better to suck it up and just do it, rather than not do it. You'll never know unless you try. Besides, even if art it doesn't turn out to be your thing, you can gain experience and also perspective from artists, so that you can give them so that you can understand their plight and what they got to do in order to, you know, give you your art. Alright, I'm gonna grab you. Put you down here real quick. I haven't really done much art. Just doing... Why not? Well, I think I can probably estimate the reason why. And then I move this back. Ta-da! You got a bullet train to catch. Hell yeah! He of course would have a bullet train, but in bullet train moment, but I wouldn't really. I think that would be too much and get in the way a lot. Scan the shape of everything first. Just draw shapes first. I recommend trying to figure out the basics. Don't like go right into trying to work your way around like poses and stuff. Just work with shapes. See how they look at different angles and figure it out that way. There's a reason why art school just has you draw shapes. That's how I'm able to make my backgrounds, is through that perspective that was given to me by my art class. That I flunked, but however, despite the flunk, I did learn a lot from it, which is good. God, this looks so good! What do you think, guys? How does this look? Let me compare. Okay, yeah, it's definitely so much better. Okay, let me properly get this. Let me properly, like, put this in properly. Uh-oh. Mouse died a little there. Okay, you know what? What I'm gonna do is right here, I'm gonna remove these bits. I'm gonna remove these bits so that I can properly, like, put them on. And then I can grab this. I can only imagine your take on ETO. It would be very different. It'd be crazy. Yeah, I am very satisfied with this version of Kyuuseishu. Honestly, when I first looked at it, I'm like, okay. Does this actually... I was like, I was iffy on it, then boom. Oh yeah, I forgot about the red chains. Fuck. Or did I? I can put them here. I can put them, like, in between, kind of like chaining them together. Kind of like chaining the gaster blasters together. Or I could have it like this instead. This was a bit of an afterthought, and I don't like the fact that I kind of put it in as an afterthought, but I don't know. I guess it looks cool though. I think this is good, actually. I think this is perfect. In my personal... Well, as perfect as I can make it. What about on his arms and shirt? Those are behind him. They transferred over to the blasters. He can still use them, of course, but they're basically pulling them together. Well, I guess you shouldn't even be here anymore. Yeah. Yeah, very disorganized. Is there really any other difference? No. Oh, besides the jacket, but I can just grab the jacket from over there. Where? Summit. Oh, I guess I should probably put at least the things on. The links. Kinda like show it broken. I had to check for a second, but definitely not. I think for one part of the battle he could have it change blade bones. Yep. That's a cool idea. I think that this is a good time to leave it off. honestly. We did a lot today. I wonder if the Roverse thing will become an inside joke. We'll see. We'll see if it becomes an inside joke, considering that we have one more robed member. Hitogoroshi also has a robe. I'll be fair with you. Hitogoroshi was probably one of the main reasons why I chose to remake this, because, bro, the only cool thing is the black hole behind him. That's it. That's the only cool thing. There's nothing else. I just had him stanced up. I didn't even alter his foot. He still has his fucking feet at 9 o'clock. Like an ostrich. No, like a penguin, actually. God Kira definitely also needs just a redesign. I'll be happy if it becomes a thing. Well, we'll see. Anyway, I think I'll leave off stream, everyone. Yeah, he looks like an outer dust. Joke. Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah, I know. That's the main reason, is that he definitely sucks, especially with all the new outer dust and dust fell designs that are really cool. Anyway, I will see you all on Wednesday, so the 5th. I'll see you all on the 5th because I work tomorrow. But I don't work on Wednesday. Otherwise, that is all. I hope that you all have a good